The almighty Prince Vegeta!
What is good, people? Welcome back to another Dragon Ball Legends video, and today I'm going to be reviewing part 1 of the 5th anniversary. Was it a success? Was it a failure? Comparing it to last year. I mean, the part 1 of last year, the bar's not very high at all, so surely it can only go up from last year. But basically, Legends today announced that LF Ultra Instinct Saiyan Goku is getting his Zenkai, so I presume this is going to conclude part 1. I don't think we're going to get anything else significant or new until part 2, so it is the perfect time to review part 1. So I'll briefly go over this Zenkai announcement. So LL Ultra Instinct Saiyan Goku Zenkai Awakening is coming. Awaken to gain special cover change nullification on special arts hit for 5 counts. This is of course his green card. Now it is a little bit of a shame that his green card is a long animation, because a lot of the time you can be tap attacked and you can just get out of it. So the fact that it needs to hit, you need to land it, and it's quite easy to kind of work around his green card. It's a little bit of a shame, but at least he does have cover nullification in his kit somewhere now. Also unlock all uniques to inflict enemies with damage received up, etc. when entering the field. Now in regards of the reception to this guy, when Legends announced it today, people were very happy. This guy is one of the most hyped releases we've ever had. I believe we got him during Black Friday 2020, I want to say. I think it was Black Friday 2020. Was it 2019 going into 2020? I think it was 2019, right? Or was it after that? No, it was 2020. It was 2020, yeah, So yeah, Ultra Instinct Saiyan Goku is coming. Very happy response. I'm happy personally as well. This guy was very fun, was very, very good. Introduced the gauge mechanic while not being too overpowered. He did obviously have his defensive issues, but very happy with him. It's a shame he shares the same colour with Goku and Frieza. I can see a lot of people using him as a bench for them if he does buff Universal Rep. He could also buff God Ki, which would completely take him down a different direction, but they do have Ultra Gogeta Blue there as well. So meta-wise, we'll have to see how good he is. Obviously, what they're showing us here is hardly anything of what he's actually going to get. Hopefully he's pretty good. He gets a lot more than Vegito Blue got. I don't want to see Sapphire Protector of the Universe Part 2. You know, I don't want to see that shit. So hopefully this guy is really good. And yeah, so that is a W. Big W. I think most people were kind of pessimistic about whether we was actually going to get a LF Zenkai for part 1, because usually they announce them in the reveals and stuff. They didn't, but luckily they are rounding off part 1 with this UI Saiyan Goku, and as I said, that is a huge W, so a W there. Now let's go over to Legends. Now there's so much stuff for part 1, honestly, that I'm not too sure if everything is going to be on here, and there may be some stuff that I don't see and I might forget. So if that happens, I apologize. Do be sure to remind me in the comments, but I will be sure to try to remember everything. But it has been very overwhelming. They have give us so much, like so much. So yeah, so anyway, I guess we're starting off here with a little bit of a con. I mean, I guess depending on your standpoint, you could see this as a pro, but I'll go over it anyway. So obviously, regarding Goku and Final Form Frieza's buff that they got, they did give us 1k CC here, so I guess that is a little bit of a silver lining, but they kind of had to, because a lot of people would have been done dirty with this. So basically, Legends released, obviously, they released Goku and Frieza as the headliner for part 1. They're the big new LF unit, the premium unit of part 1. And when they released, they got kind of mixed reviews in regards of how good they are in comparison to the Ultras. The Legends devs internally obviously saw that, and they thought to themselves, you know what, like, this is the headliner of the 5th anniversary, and they're not even, you know, comparing with the likes of Kid Buu, Ultra Kid Buu, who was just a regular Celebration Ultra. They're not comparing with other units that they should be comparing to, so we're going to take it upon ourselves to buff this character and give people more value for money and make them a real, true headliner. But the issue is, my issue is, there was so much released at the time, like there was Ultra Rose that came out, there was Ultra Hit that came out, that people that initially spent at the time of their release, so people may have skipped them and just decided to summon for Rose. I mean, I even made a video at the time before they announced it. It was actually the day before they announced this buff as well, basically saying that I'm not too sure if they're worth summoning on. They're kind of underwhelming in comparison to the Ultras. They were still like a top 6 to 8 unit, but obviously you had to think of part 2, the Ultra for part 3, them coming off boost potentially as well. So they put people in an awkward position, because if you spent all your CC before their buff got announced, and they then announced their buff, and you're like, well, if they were this good on release, I would have summoned for them. So a lot of people did get done dirty, but I guess the pro in this situation is at least they took it upon themselves to realise their mistake, and they did buff them. Now hopefully their buff comes out a reset alongside Yuasa and Goku, and we'll see how good they are. But going by first impressions of their kit, they do look really good. They do look really good. So I guess it depends what side of the fence you stand on. And if you're someone that did spend all your CC before their buff got announced, then you're going to be probably quite pissed, because they do look really good. But yeah, just to move on. So they should have most of the 5th year anniversary stuff here, right? I'm hoping so. So we have the 5th anniversary special event. I'm pretty sure we got 500 CC from that. I'm not too sure what else we got, but I think it was just 500 CC we got from that. So that's a W. It's always nice getting CC. We then, of course, had the banner, which I did kind of just speak about a little bit, but always nice getting the 2x Z power. And in comparison to last year, where we just got MUI Goku and that trash ass, bum ass, stinky ass Vegeta with little to nothing else, at least they've released quite a few new units. I mean, Goku and Frieza is a W, Jiren is a W, Kawaii, I think her name's like Kawaii. My IRL boy calls her Kawaii Leonard, so that's just what I call her sometimes. But Kawaii, I think her name's Kawaii or something like that. I'm not even too sure how to pronounce her name. And then Casserole is okay. You know, he's not a world beater. He's not like a top 10 unit or anything like that. But he is viable. He is a pretty decent unit. You can use him and not have too much trouble. But yeah, so the banner in general was a W. You obviously had Vados and Champa as well, 2 new EX units. So a lot of value on the banner for sure. Universal rep, one of the top 2 best teams in the game. So definitely a W there. We then have the thanks for 5 years summons. This was very good as well, very generous. 100 guaranteed sparkings, so 10 multis altogether. And yeah, just really generous there. What can I say? They do this pretty much every year, so nothing really too new there. But some really good featured characters there. You got Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Rose isn't too bad. He's okay. So, yep. Legends Anniversary Celebration. Nobody really summoned on this, let's be real. I mean, when you've got banners like this, and you've got CC, you're not spending on this. Like, you're not spending for these old characters. So, I mean, I guess for people that have got loads of CC, maybe there's a character that they're missing or they want to get stars on them, fair enough. But yeah, not really too much to say about that. We have the thanks for 5 years exchange shop. You obviously have erasers in there. You have the 100 multi-Z power in there. So yeah, that's pretty good, I guess. I mean, I wish there was more ways to get these. You pretty much just get them from the raid and PvP. But that was still pretty good. Now this was a huge W. This was a huge W. So you get 4,000 CC from this. You obviously get the Dragon Balls as well to finish off summoning for Shenron. This is a W. 4k CC is very, very generous just through playing the game. So yeah, big W there. We then have the thanks for 5 years ultimate login bonus, which is basically giving you more tickets, guaranteed sparkins. Every 10 days you do get a Legends Limited character. I'm pretty sure they did that last year as well. So yeah, it's pretty much become a staple at this point of the anniversary. You get 4 free LF characters. You're never going to complain with that. And I do believe on the last 2 pulls that you can actually pull up to Android 17 and 18, which is actually pretty good. So yep, never going to complain with that. We then have another login bonus. This is basically just giving you anniversary medals every day. You can also get 100 chrono crystals if you log in regularly as well. So, you know, it's free CC, also giving you more ways of farming the anniversary medals. So you're always going to take that. That is pretty handy. The Android 13 and cooler, pretty nice. I haven't actually used these really. I've just been getting the Z power for them. They're leveled up and everything. I just haven't really used them too much. So I can't really comment on how good they are as free-to-play characters. But I will get into the other free-to-play characters we got, because I've used them pretty extensively, and one of them I am very happy with. So yeah, with these two, it is a W. I love the new arts that they're going with for free-to-play units. But as I said, I haven't really used them, so I can't really comment on if they are actually meta-viable units. But they look cool. Always nice getting free characters, so I'm not going to complain about that. Then going on to the story mode missions. Very, very generous, 1200 CC and 200 LF multi-Z power for literally just clearing the story. I believe if you complete Chapter 7, you get 500cc. If you complete chapter 10, you get 200 LF multi-Z power, and then for clearing chapter 13, you do indeed get another 700cc. So very, very generous from them. More CC is always welcome and obviously entices people to play the story mode. They did recently give us these Shallot missions as well, where basically for using Shallot in his different forms, they do reward you with these Arts Boost resources, which are pretty hard to get your hands on, to be honest, so that was a pretty nice addition. I didn't even know they had them. I just checked the missions one day and they was there in the special section, so definitely take that. We then have yet another staple of every Legends anniversary, all the way back to the first year. It is, of course, the Shenron summon. You can actually get up to 2k CC from this if you do manage to find the 10 sets of 100cc. Then obviously once you summon Shenron, you can get another 1k CC there. Erasers, multi-Z power, all that stuff. So very, very nice. Gotta love the Shenron summon. And then we do have this new addition, the Roulette. Now this is one of the biggest W's they've actually added this anniversary. So you log in for 3 days in total, and then it resets back to the first stage. So on the first day, there's like 8 different rules you can get. It obviously goes round on a roulette wheel. On day 2, it's the same, but I think there's less options. And then on day 3, there are one of 3 options. You either get 100cc, 100 LF multi-Z power, or a small prize box containing erasers, skip tickets, energy tickets, all that good stuff. So very, very nice, very generous, which I've said a lot. They have been very generous this anniversary, and that is a massive W. I'd love for it to stick around, but I can't really see that happening. Now the Hoi Poi, this is where, in my opinion, it's another con. Con as in, you know, pro and con, not con as in like it's a rip-off or anything like that. But a con as in, I think the Hoi Poi has been massively nerfed. I mean, there used to be like Hoi Poi missions where you could get quite a lot of CC, you could get LF multi-Z power. But this Hoi Poi, even resource-wise, it's not really too good, to be honest with you. You don't really get too much from it. So, yeah, it's a shame that they've nerfed Hoi Poi, but they've given us so much elsewhere that I can't really complain too much, in all honesty. So, not going to speak on that too much, but it has been nerfed for sure. Now here we go, the 2 free-to-play characters that we had prior to Caller and Android 13. I cannot complain about this at all. Now, Gohan isn't the best, I'll be honest. When I first saw his kit, I thought, damn, this guy looks pretty good. He looks like he's going to do some really good damage. He's obviously on the hybrids team. Hybrid units usually do insane amounts of damage, but he just isn't it for whatever reason. I don't know how his kit doesn't translate in game, but he just isn't it. But this Vegeta is insane. he's absolutely insane. I was so gassed when I saw his kit because he stacks a lot of damage. Cover null for the first 20 counts as well, but he gets so much damage, he draws so many cards, and his early game burst damage is just really, really good. I obviously am a Vegeta clan main as well. He went straight on my team. He's arguably my team's best unit, which is insane because he's a free-to-play character, but he is the best free-to-play character we have had in a very, very long time, maybe in years. So, very happy with him. Even though Gohan is a little bit stinky-winky, Vegeta definitely makes up with it, so very, very happy with him. We then move on to boring old co-op, which even an anniversary can't turn fun, to be honest with you. You pretty much use it to get the Z power for both Gohan and Vegeta, so apart from that, it's just the same old co-op, to be honest. I guess you can get the anniversary medals from it as well, but who would rather play co-op than PvP or the raid? Like, let's be honest. So, yeah, same old boring co-op, not much to say about that, to be honest. The Legends Anniversary Adventures, not really too different from the regular adventures, to be honest, but you can now get tickets to summon on the Anniversary Celebration banner, so not too bad, but nothing really to go crazy about. We then have the Worldwide Missions, what we pretty much get for every Anniversary and Fest at this point, which pretty much just gives you CC, and you can get the Anniversary medals from that as well, so once again, just a nice little addition. We then have the Legends Tuesday, which is of course another returning event for the Anniversary, where basically every Tuesday you log in, you get a medal, which you can either exchange for 100cc, or you can save 3 of them and exchange it for 100 LF multi-Z power. So yeah, as I said, a returning event, not too impactful, but definitely welcome. You are getting 300cc or 100 LF multi-Z power, depending on what you choose, so definitely welcome, but as I said, nothing too crazy. We then move on to the Thanks for 5 Years Thank You gift, which once again is very, very generous from Legends. Gave us a bunch of resources, 5 tickets to spend on the Anniversary banner, 100 erasers, 300 energy, 300 skip tickets, and so on. So very, very generous from them. Definitely a W there. We then move on to yet another returning anniversary event, which is the Adventure Surprise, where basically you finish missions, you get a ticket, you can then exchange that ticket for a 1% character of your choice. I think it goes up to like Golden Freezer from the Universal Survival Saga, so not too bad. Most people use it to get stars on their old Zenkai characters. Me, for example, I used it on the purple Android 21. I had her at 13 stars for so long, and I finally managed to get her up to 14 stars, so definitely a decent event. Also very good for newer players who maybe have a unit at 6 stars, they want to get them up to 7 to get them Zenkai'd. So yeah, definitely a decent event, but it is a returning event. We did indeed have it last anniversary as well. Now, moving on to the raids. Now, the raids are always, of course, very good. A lot of CC. We're actually getting 4,900 CC in total because there are 7 raids, which give you 700 CC each. But in comparison to last year, in regards of LF Multi-Z power, this year definitely falls short. I'm pretty sure we got between 2,000 and 3,000 LF Multi-Z power last year, which is insane. So in that regard, I believe we're only getting like 1,300 LF Multi-Z power from the raid this year. So in that regard, I do think last year definitely is better. But all in all, you know, we're still getting 7 raids, we're getting 4,900 CC, an absolute ton of resources. Can you really complain at that? Definitely not. We then have the Ultra Duel, which is basically the PvP season, where they've given us 555 Chrono Crystals and Multi-Z power in the missions, which is very nice. I believe if you won, or was it played 30 matches, you got the 100 LF Multi-Z power, then you've obviously got all the CC there as well. So that was a pretty nice addition. Another 100 LF Multi-Z power, you can't complain with that. We then have the Anniversary Treasure Battle, which is definitely a W. You play every day, once a day, you get the free bouquets and you can exchange them in the exchange shop for CC, Multi-Z power and plenty of other resources. I wish this stuck around, to be honest, because even though the regular Treasure Battle is okay, this is definitely a huge upgrade. So definitely a huge W. I do hope it sticks around, but I can't really see them doing that, but fingers crossed, hopefully it does. Then moving on to the Legends Anniversary ranking, which is pretty much just giving you twice the amount of rewards that the regular Legends ranking gives you. So that is pretty nice. It is going to give you twice the amount of resources to be able to use on those insane plat equips, the melee, blast, defense and support equips. So definitely be sure to make the most out of those. We do then have the Legends Anniversary Chance Time, which has definitely received an upgrade from last year. I believe we get more tickets this year. We also get the second chance tickets as well, which it says there. It even says the chances of winning have greatly increased this year, so 100%. They've also changed it so you can't buy one number multiple times. The rewards are just really good. If it lands on one of your numbers, you get the best rewards regardless. You don't have to buy the same number twice. So really good. You can't complain with that. I think you get around 11 tickets, I think, and then you also get the second chance ticket. So there is a really good chance of winning and some really good rewards in there as well. So Chance Time is definitely a W. Then moving on to the Super Boost campaign, which is basically just more Zenny, more XP. You can also train your characters in half the time it would usually take. It usually takes 3 minutes. You can now do it in 1 minute 30 seconds. So even though it's not too much of a big deal, it's definitely still helpful for sure. I'm pretty sure we've had that for the last few years as well. So always a very nice returning event. And then finally we have the Story Mode Support campaign, where basically you can play up until chapter 9 of the story without spending any energy. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That is everything that we've had during part 1. So just to summarize all that, and I know it's a bit of a big statement, but for me, I would say this is the best part 1 or start to an anniversary that we have ever had. It blows the 4th anniversary out of the water completely. I mean, if we just compare this directly to the 4th anniversary, right, because it's modern, obviously the 1st, 2nd, 3rd anniversaries were all very different to the anniversaries we have now, and the 4th anniversary is the closest format in comparison to the 5th, so I'll directly compare those two. So straight away, the banner, obviously the main part of an anniversary is the banner, the new units. So directly comparing the banner, the 5th anniversary banner just completely smokes the 4th year anniversary, like completely. I mean, literally the only good thing about the 4th year anniversary banner was MUI. That is it. Vegeta was useless. I can't even remember who the EXs were, so that just speaks for itself. I can't recall if they were any good, but MUI Goku was very good. Not the best unit in the game. Obviously the androids were better than him, and they were just a monthly LF banner. Obviously everyone was complaining about that at the time. But if you take MUI Goku out of the equation, and you just look at the rest of the banner, it is just absolute trash. On the new banner, you have Go Freezer, you have Jiren, you have Kawaii, and you have Casserole, who isn't great but isn't bad either. He's an okay unit. He's an okay unit, but those three, Go Frieza, Jiren, and Kawhi, are very, very good units. So definitely more value there. The raids, I would have to lean more so towards the 4th year anniversary, the same with the Hoi Poi. But outside of that, and it took a while for the 4th anniversary to even be regarded as a decent anniversary. The start of it was just a horror show. Whereas the 5th anniversary has started off very, very strong. It has given us everything we wanted. The only thing we didn't think we was going to get was an LF Zenkai, but they have revealed that we are getting that in LF UI Omen. So we can't complain. We have nothing to complain about. They've given us everything we wanted. Plenty of CC, a really good value banner. LF Multi-Z power, although not as much as last year, still a decent amount. They also brought back some really good characters. They had Ultra Hit they brought back, Ultra Rose. They gave us some really good free-to-play characters. Well, Vegeta's really good. Gohan's pretty shit, but I'm not sure about Cooler and 13. Hopefully they are pretty good as well. As I did say, I haven't really used them, but Vegeta, really, really good. One of the best free-to-play characters we have had in years. So, you know, I'm happy. I've got nothing to complain about. Very, very happy. Hopefully part 2 can keep up the same standard. And by the end of this anniversary, we can say this has been the best anniversary I've ever had. And yeah, man, I've just got to give the devs some credit, because in comparison to last year when we were moaning, complaining, saying it doesn't even feel like an anniversary, saying that MUI Goku and Vegeta just felt like a monthly banner. So just, the contrast is insane. So I've got to give the Legends devs some credit. But, man, my mouth's dry from all this talking. But yeah, let me know down below how you guys would review and rate part 1. As I said, I am very, very happy, and long may it continue. But thank you guys for watching. As always, like, subscribe if you're new, and I will catch you in the next one.